I'm just like, oh, you're so pretty. Boom, that's it. Walk away.
That's all you gotta do.
That's all you get from me.
Not, hey, baby, we should go see if we look good together. Like, what? No, who are you? Y'all too trusting.
Y'all are too trusting.
Some of y'all too trusting. Not me. What are you, a murderer? You might be a murderer. I might be a murderer. You ever thought about that? Y'all need to pick up some paranoia.
Hello guys, welcome back to the front seat, and we just came back from Anime NYC, our favorite home con.
We're on home turf this time.
Not in California. We are so exhausted.
Guys, we didn't just go to Anime NYC. YouTube also sent us to see the early screening of Beetlejuice, the new movie.
2 days after we come back from Anime NYC.
I literally was dying something the night prior. It was so funny.
Like, the outfits for that, I found the day before we had to go back into New York City.
Which is good. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
Love that. Thank you, YouTube, for sending us to that.
It was just fun being around other people in their niches, because, like, not everybody's a cosplayer on YouTube. So, like, we met, like, chalk artists and lifestyle and, like, fitness.
It was, like, so many different types of creators that all did different niches. It was really cool to get to see what they do, see how the other people live on the other sides of the internet.
Especially after you just come back from a big anime convention.
When it's all anime.
That's all
it was
it
a
is.
nice break.
Yeah. We start off Thursday, getting into the city.
Thursday. Thursdays are always the crazy day when it comes to traveling. We have to get into the city. We have to get everything unpacked. We have to check in. The hotel we stayed at, though, that staff.
Like, to be fair, it was kind of far from the con in a sense, but, like, the staff at the hotel and just the hotel in itself just made it
so much better.
So much better, yeah.
As soon as we got in, like, one of the workers brought out a luggage cart for us and was helping us load stuff. Got checked in early.
Yeah, because we got there 2 hours before check-in. They're like, let's see. And they're like, nope, here's your key cards. Good to go.
It was so quiet when we got into the hotel room. It was silent. Like, we were a 15-minute walk from the convention center.
So it wasn't, like, too bad for, like, the average person. But it was also kind of warm that weekend. So can you imagine being in a lot of layers and having to walk 15 minutes in the heat?
What happened Sunday to us. But that wasn't our fault. AT&T decided to up on your phone.
And I could not grab a lift. I had no internet service most of Sunday, which, like, absolutely sucked, because that was, like, the last day to, like, get to see everybody, and I couldn't message a single person for majority of Sunday.
It was so hard to get a hold of anyone on Sunday.
But back to Thursday, did our first little photo shoot with the luggage cart.
Have to, as soon as we get in.
Even though it was so hard, because they put us in, like, the smallest corner of the hotel. So trying to, like, get that luggage cart in the room, because we had the luggage cart, all our stuff on the luggage cart, and then we had a wagon as well.
We've started to bring wagons to cons because we literally have way too much stuff, because between our cosplays and camera equipment, it's just so much.
And food, because we do bring food.
Those peanut butter sandwiches saved me this weekend.
And that apple juice from Aldi's.
Apple juice hit hard. Multiple people were like, thank God you brought apple juice.
Like, everybody loves apple juice. If you don't like apple juice,
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. You are missing out on
It's
something
so good.
great. But then we got to go pick up our badges, because we had the influencer badges for con.
Thank you, Anime NYC, for giving us influencer badges. It was good, though, because we got to see all of our friends, because they were also all picking up their badges.
So it's like, if we didn't get to see them at con, at least we got to see them, like, early.
Yeah, because we didn't see Spencer or Kumar throughout the entire weekend,
But
except for that one day.
Except for the day we had to pick up a badge.
I'm so glad we got to run into them.
We also got to meet Game Boy Jones.
Got to meet Game Boy Jones, which is one of my mutuals, he does, like, anime rap songs. He's super good. I love him. He's such a sweet guy. I've been working with him for, like, I became interested with him probably the peak of, like, pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Of, like, I found his music, because, like, he had the Raka song that was going viral.
Yes.
So I had done a video with it. And that's how we became mutuals.
And then you did the Bakugo, and
yeah.
you're on the Bakugo thing. If you go into Spotify, and they have, like,
My
a little
Bakugo
Axels stamped right there.
I barely told anyone about it, so I'll get messages be like, do you know you're on this?
I
like,
did
yeah.
that. I was like, do you know that you are on here?
You're aware of this,
like,
right?
Like, this
yeah,
is not a surprise for you, right? And you're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay.
This is my mutual.
Just making sure. You know how some people are.
Oh, I know. I'm well aware of how things work on the internet. But this one time, I did know about it. But we got to meet so many people, and then we went to an engagement dinner for our friend Gabby and Michael.
We got to see them get engaged. We went to this nice Italian restaurant, and
I ate 4 flowers that night. Edible flowers. Okay, I just want to state that. They were on Lo's plate for her dessert, and she was feeding them to me.
And Axel made a TikTok with Lo.
That TikTok,
It
I
was-
love doing those like really out of pocket TikToks where the whole comment section is, Axel, what are you doing?
Because it was the fact that they did that, and I was the only one who noticed what they were doing. And then they should like, when did you do this? And I'm like, they did this right here. Like, y'all
You
just
guys
don't...
were just talking because we were at a table with like 6 other people in this fancy restaurant.
And I was like, bringing Lo and Axel to a restaurant is like bringing the kids to the adult table.
Well, you literally sat the two like toddlers.
Well, now I
next to each
know.
other.
Now I know I gotta sit in between you two. I can't-
No! It's my only time I get to talk to Lo. Little dinner dates.
We'll see. We'll see next time that occurs.
It's every 20 minutes we have to change.
Yeah, I'm like, nope, you're doing too much. We're changing seats.
It's okay. Well, I don't go out to dinner often. It's us going to Taco Bell beforehand because I
Yeah.
can't eat anything on that menu because of my stomach.
So yeah, we had a little Taco Bell, then we went to the engagement dinner, and it was so cute. Ring so big.
cute.
It was so fun.
Such a pretty ring.
Nice way to like start the weekend.
We needed that, but because of all that walking, it was such a shock to my system. And the next morning, I woke up in so much aggressive pain that I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do anything today. Because like the first 2 days for conventions, always the worst for me, pain-wise, because I go from sitting down editing all the time to having to move. And I have like intense chronic pain issues that target my hips, my back, and my shoulder blade.
His whole body.
My whole body, basically, is so messed up. So when we go to these cons, we kind of plan for the fact that usually the first 2 days for me gonna suck. We can't really plan for me to be reliable on those 2 days. So like the boat party that night, I just ended up being like, I need rest. I need sleep. Because I also didn't sleep that well.
Yeah, it was, we figured out, because our bed was super big, and we're used to both of our small beds where we're kind of like, we're not sleeping like this close to each other, but we sleep about like this far apart. So we realized at the second night that the second night when we slept like this, we had the best night of sleep. The day we slept like this, we had the worst night of
It was
sleep.
so bad. I'm so used to just sleeping next to you.
So waking up Friday morning, because I had to wake up at 6:30 because of Anime NYC, and I was having a meet and greet on Saturday. I got an email about being on the news, and I was like, yeah, and they're like, it's at this time. I'm like,
You have to be at the con at 9 a.m. And
Yeah.
as people who usually roll up to con around 12 or 1, oh god, waking up 4 hours early for that.
I had to wake up early. Mind you, didn't get much sleep last night. It was like one of those types of sleeps where like, you know you went to sleep, but it felt like you were awake the whole entire time. That's the type of sleep I had Friday.
Me too.
So I had to wake up, get ready, do my makeup, and then I was in Miracle for it because I was like, I'm going to at least do the cosplay that I am like aggressively known for if I'm going to be on the news. I don't know what questions they were going to ask me. So walking to the con by myself in that type of outfit in New York City was a no-go. Like, it wasn't bad going. It's like I went, I got to talk to some amazing cosplayers. Then walking back, I got so aggressively sexually harassed by random men on the street. And the worst was I was walking past it was like a group of like 15 men that just happened to be like on one block. And I took a video of them just saying just not aggressive things at me, but like
Catcalling you.
catcalling
Definitely
me.
hardcore catcalling.
And it was just so
Oh my
bad.
god, wait, we forgot to say about the guy Thursday that rolled up on the bike. So Thursday, we're waiting for something. We're outside, and this guy on a bike rolls up calling Sparks Barbie and being like, yeah, Barbie, what you doing? I never so quickly, like, bombastic side-eyed some guy, and god, did he go away so quickly.
It was, I barely even like paid attention to the fact that it even happened. I was just like, what, wait, oh, okay, well, he's gone now, so it doesn't really matter.
It was a drive-by cat call that he ran
A
away
drive-by
from.
cat call on a bike is such a crazy sentence to even say.
That's what happens in New York. And mind you, this is better than Anime Expo. I would rather deal with that than what we dealt with.
Because they're not going to come up to you. That's the thing. There's a difference. And in LA, these people will come up to you. In New York, like, they will just say something and then you could just keep walking. And because that's what I kept doing, especially Friday morning. Even when I got back and I had to go to CVS and I was in t-shirts and sweats and I still got harassed by a man who was just like, oh, he's like, you cute, you and I would look good together. You want to see how good we look together? And I'm like, dude,
No.
obviously this doesn't work because you're still trying to pick up women on the street. Bye.
I'm so curious. I was like, has this ever worked? Has this actually ever worked? Or are you just trying everything?
I think they're just trying whatever they feel like could possibly be. I don't know at this point. I can empathize with a lot of people and try to fully understand like why they do certain things, but men, when it comes to that type of stuff, I just don't get it.
I'm so confused.
Because I am never like saying that to some man or woman on the street when I see them. I'm just like, oh, you're so pretty. Boom, that's it. Walk away.
That's all you gotta do.
That's all you get from me.
Not, hey, baby, we look good together. We should go see if we look good together. Like, what? No, who are you? Y'all too trusting.
Y'all are too trusting.
Some of y'all too trusting. Not me. What are you, a murderer? You might be a murderer. I might be a murderer. You ever thought about that? Y'all need to pick up some paranoia. Just saying. Not that I am one, but I'm just saying you don't know who these people
Especially
are.
in New York City.
Especially in New York. You don't know if someone's a psychopath.
And then I get back and Axel has a little curly eyebrow on, and I'm like...
I don't know how I blacked out doing my makeup and like pulling out that wig. I was in so much pain. I don't know how I made my makeup look so good.
You did.
I just did it. It was just all muscle memory at that point.
Because we cosplayed Sanji and Nami from Egg on Friday.
We ran into Gail finally. Us and Gail's schedules never line up because we are always so busy. But that one time we were in One Piece together.
Dynamic duo. We had to take a picture with Jazz because it was like what's the term y'all use? The twink and...
Oh, twink and twink handler.
Yes, twink and twink handler.
Because me and Gail are pocket twink or purse twinks. Being a purse twink means that you get taken by a femme presenting person and taken care of. Because the twink and twink handler relationship is very much a symbiotic. That if the twink handler leaves, the twink may turn into a demon twink.
I've seen it happen.
You leave me for 3 weeks and I lose my mind.
Yep.
Like that's pretty much
I left you and you cried for a month straight.
I did. It wasn't just because you left.
I know.
Everyone knows why. If you don't know, it's pretty easy to find out.
It's just simple scroll. That's all
Go
you
look
have
on
to do.
Instagram.
But we had so much fun. We got a lot of compliments in our Sanji and Nami at the con.
Which I'm surprised about, because I'm just like, I don't know, they just feel like so much more basic than what we normally do, but I forget that how loved One Piece is.
Yeah. So
because, like, we're just entering the One Piece fandom.
So people see it and they're just, ha!
Sanji and Nami. Also, we didn't do the shoes like everyone else.
We wore Fila's.
We cheaped out. We said Fila's. We picked comfort over canon.
And honestly, people loved it. Like, that's how we do. We like to be a little creative with our stuff. It's like we go for the canon, but like...
I just don't care about canon. I want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, my comfortability in something will always take precedent, especially when we go to a convention. If I want to be canon, I'll do it at home. A convention is a little different. There's too much. Con? It was a good Friday at con. We were only there for like 2 hours because I was supposed to also be on this boat. But yeah. Too much pain.
We had a boat party with Girl Taku and Godswell, but Axel was in too much pain, so I just ended up going. And I was just really tired most of the boat party. Like, it was nice to be on the water and like kind of go around, but like at this point, I barely got any sleep the night before. I've been up since 6:30 a.m. and I was just exhausted.
Yeah. And you had to be filming the whole time.
I had to film the whole time, and then Saturday was our big day, so I was trying to reserve as much energy as possible for Saturday.
Which is why I did not end up on that boat, because I was like, if I end up on this boat, tomorrow's gonna suck even more. I need rest. And that's like, sometimes you have to give up what you originally wanted to do for your own health, and that's fine in my eyes. Especially
with how exhausting this career can be.
It's a lot. I do take it as a privilege, and it is a privilege what we do, but there is a lot when it comes to like front facing that like, yeah, I make content in my basement, and that's what I'm used to. When we go to conventions, we have to be on all the time and talking and seeing everyone, where I'm used to maybe talking to you and RJ on a daily basis.
That's it.
And then it gets like exploded by like 10,000 because we're at these events and we want to meet everyone and talk to everyone.
Which brings us into Saturday. Did our Avatar cosplay, and I had a scheduled meet and greet from 2 to 3, and honestly, it was the most heartwarming experience I probably have ever at a convention. I was humble. I didn't think anybody was gonna show up. Like, maybe like 1 or 2 people at most. I was
Guys, do you know what we did? We asked our friends to come, so it looked like there were people in our booth, because we were so scared that no one would show up.
I was like, why did they ask me? I was like, I thought no one gonna show up to this, and like we actually had a really good turnout. Like,
we had so many people come. come.
Like, it wasn't like, oh, I had like a whole line or anything. I would, that's a lot just to even think about. It was just like a consistent flow of people for like the hour and 15 minutes.
Do you see the car behind us?
I want one! Oh my god, it reminds me of Aristocats! They look like Duchess and Thomas O'Malley!
That's funny.
But yeah, like, everybody was so sweet and nice. Y'all are just so shy and scared. Stop being scared of us.
Guys, I know we look mean and intimidating. I promise we're not. There was one time where we unmasked and someone had seen us, like, and they were like, why did Axel and Sparkles look so mad? Be like, oh god, guys, that's just a resting face.
Because
what
we need y'all to realize is that, like, doing this is almost like kind of customer service. And I'm not saying it
like in a bad way.
No, I'm not saying it in a bad way, but it's almost like customer service where it's like you have to, it's not that we're pretending to be happy all the time, but like you have to have the demeanor of like joy. It can get overwhelming after a while, so like sometimes we just need to relax our face.
Yeah, because like I recognize that when I go from this to,
and I go from like,
we look like assholes, but in reality, we are exhausted.
Yeah.
We are just really tired.
We're just tired, but like, if we're not sitting down, like eating or something like that, like you can still come talk to us, because I promise, like, once we see you guys and you recognize who we are, like you will see the light come back to our eyes.
It's like the spark of serotonin is reignited. Because there's times where I've stood at con, because like I'm not on any of my medication, like my pain medications. Because I have to be like more aware of what's going on. And like I'm just in a lot of pain stood there. So it's just like oh my god. Like, okay, we need to recenter ourselves so that we can keep going and keep talking. Because at the end of the day, we do want to see everyone.
Yeah.
And like have these conversations and like show you guys that we're happy to be there, because we are, but sometimes it's just so overwhelming that it's like
the content in itself is like severely overwhelming.
Oh yeah, like if it's overwhelming for like normal people, but like for us it's like I have like PTSD, and then on top of it a chronic pain disorder, so it's like all these things, and then social anxiety, like severe social anxiety on top of all of it. So it's like all those things factor into it's like, though I may be like, yes, I'm so happy to be here, sometimes it physically hurts to have to keep that mask on, but I still do it because I don't want people to be intimidated by us.
Yeah,
because I recognize that like if we stand there like this, no one's gonna want to come and talk to us. And I want to talk to everyone.
Like, we had fun. We got to talk to a lot of people, take some pictures. I gave out some prints, filmed stuff with some of our followers. Like, it was a really good meet and greet. It went by so fast. I didn't even feel like I was like pretty much masking for like an hour.
When we were in that booth, it was fun because we got to like run back and forth. We were like, we decided not to sit behind the booth because I wanted to just go up and greet people. So it was like I was like that homing beacon of like where we were, because I was bright yellow
with an arrow on your bald head.
With an arrow on my bald head. Everyone calling me the lady from fucking Doctor Strange.
Yep.
Listen, I get it. The Zuko's coordination outfit, the way it's made, is very similar to her outfit, and no one does this outfit. I have not seen a single person ever do Aang's coordination outfit for like the last 15 minutes. So I understand why everyone's like, actually this, and be like, actually no. Fake Avatar fans. If anyone comes, because I had a few people in my fucking comment section try to come for me, and I just called them fake Avatar fans. Be like, if you don't know this outfit, you fake. I don't really think that. I just want to like poke the bears a little bit. It's a little funny.
Yeah, you gotta poke the bears sometimes. And then after the meet and greet, we stuck around for a bit, and then we left the con for today because we had the Sonic Boombox Girl Taku party after.
We did.
So we went back, rested.
Evan came over and he came with us.
One of our other creative friends, Isa. I'm pretty sure I'm saying your name correctly. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry if we don't say your name right. I'm terrible at names. Like, we just adopt people that are, like, content creators, because she didn't have anyone to, like, hang out with. So we're like, come hang out with us in our booth. You're ours now.
You're with us now. Come here.
It was so funny, because we were like, it was like, she's like, I want to film some content. And I was like, okay, let's go film content for you. Let's do a transition video for you. But it's nice when we get to, like, because we're older in the crowd, so when we get to help more of like the younger creators, I like to do that, of being like, yeah, we'll help you film if you want to get transitions. We're gonna make sure that you also get like the stuff that you want.
Yeah, like it's no skin off our back to do so.
Oh
like,
yeah,
it's like giving back to the community, and
It's like our way to help the other
Yeah.
creators and give back, because like at the end of the day, it's like the resources that were given to me were by other creators, so I should in turn be also supporting the other creators in this community.
It's kind of what we should be doing as like content creators in this space, is like we are paving the way for the next generation of content creators slash just and cosplayers. So
Yeah.
why not give back to them? If
Yeah.
they're giving so much to us, why not give back?
Oh yeah, 100%. Which is why like I like to help creators and I don't like gatekeeping things. Like anything I know, if you ask me, I will tell you how to do it. I was explaining to people how I bald capped myself
All
at
day.
6 a.m.
All day.
All day. People would be like, "How'd you do that?" I'd be like, "Let me explain my 6-part way of making sure this looks clean." And honestly, it's 45 minutes of making sure those edges are laid down.
Pretty much. I literally just, most of the time Axel was getting ready and I was just stood there just waiting to help just in case. And
No,
then,
it's you rolling over and me sleeping.
oh my
next to you
god,
with
I
the ball
forgot
cap
about
glued
that.
on me.
I woke up and I like turn over and I'm like, jump scare.
Because like all I had was the translucent bald cap glued to my head, and I looked at the time and said, I can lay down for 45 minutes because I got this done early. So literally, I went and just laid back and just like, I didn't sleep. I just closed my eyes and rested because once the paint started going on the back of my head, there was no resting my neck.
No, you had to do it all in that small time frame that you had.
Yeah, which is also hard because like my neck hurts too. So having to be in that bald cap and not be able to like put my head back and rest it, oh, it's such a pain. But worth it. Worth every minute of it. I love being Aang. Aang is so much fun to be in. Like, I was doing the photos with our followers where he goes like this. Like, the little joke thing where everyone, like, freaks out. So I was making everyone do that and take pictures with me. Because I'm like, that's such an Aang thing to do.
It resembles something you would do, just generally speaking anyway.
I'm very Aang-coded. Trauma and all.
But then we went to the Sonic Boombox party, and that was really fun. It was just
So loud.
so loud.
I'm not a partier. There is rarely a time where I will drink. So when we go out, I am raw dogging. Like, I don't get any type of, like, little release that everyone else gets. I am just overstimulated, but I'm there because I want to see my friends. And I know this is the only socialization I'm getting for a little bit. But it's just like, we brought earplugs with us, and we're handing them out to our friends who are also overstimmed.
It was loud. It was really fun, but like once you like hit the quietness after, you just realize how much like pounding was in your ears for like the 3 hours we were there.
Yeah, because it's the music going, and then on top of it, it's like everyone's talking.
Yeah, so you're like this close and you still can't hear what the person's saying. And I'm
yeah,
like,
people would be talking in my ear, and I would not be able to compute
I'm like,
it.
huh?
Although Spencer was right, when we put the earplugs in, it was so much easier to hear people talk.
Yeah.
Because there's a clip of me and Spencer with the earplugs in, like he's on the phone and I'm like dancing. But you could so clearly see that we have earplugs
These
in.
bright blue earplugs.
It's just us passing it out to our overstimmed
Like,
friends.
here, I have these. They were from another Anime NYC, so it checked out.
Party was fun. Like, Sonic Boombox and Girl Taco always throw a good party. We left a little early.
Yeah.
Because by 12, I had been up since 5 a.m. So it hit that 11:30 marker, and I was like, oh, full mask off. I cannot crack a smile right now. I am so exhausted.
Especially knowing we had to be at the con the next day.
We had to go.
This is my third night out at this point, so I was like...
As people who never go out and party, it's like 3 nights in a row where you had to go out and party. I got 1 day of break.
We're all like, I'm like that audio that's just like, oh, look, a strawberry. And then there's like,
yes,
that
a
was me by night 3. I'm like, y'all are never getting me up this much ever again.
And then the next con's gonna happen, and our friends are gonna be like, hey, buddy.
I'm not your buddy.
Come
I'm going
party
to bed.
with us.
Nah, because we're rooming with the old heads next con. Where are you going out? We're going to wake
to
up,
bed.
go to the con, go back to our hotel, and just have our time at the hotel. Love parties down, but...
Do we?
Love seeing our friends down, but going
That's the
out at
thing.
night is just a lot.
It's so much. I don't party like I used to. I've been doing this for 9 years. I'm so tired.
We're so good on time.
Sunday was our Ghetto and Gojo day, which happened to be the hottest day that we were doing it. But I was very determined to get into full Ghetto because, for 2 reasons. I didn't get into him at Expo because I had my meltdown. And the second reason is that cosplay is dedicated to Aki. Naki's my boyfriend who passed away last year. He loved Anime NYC. It was one of his favorite cons that he went to. So I was very determined to make sure to keep a part of him with us, that I was stood in that cosplay at Anime NYC. It was great being in it. I loved it. I don't know how my makeup turned out so well. The power of Aki
You
took
were
over.
slaying.
Really? Because I was definitely slay for being so sweaty. Because, oh my god, because of the lift issue, we did a bunch of TikToks prior thinking, okay, we're gonna go get in a Uber.
Yeah, and then finish them at the con, and it ended up no signal.
Because of the wig being stark black and me being in 4 layers, the sun as we were walking was beating down on the back of my head. So by the time we got to con, I was like, oh my god, I feel really dizzy right now, actually. We get there, and you know, if you've ever been to Anime NYC, there's this big metal chair with a giant statue of a guy behind it. I beelined to that thing because I knew it was going to be cold when I sat on it, and it had a backing on it. So I sat there for an hour and a half because I really couldn't move. And the best part is that our friends understand that, like, I have these types of medical issues. So a lot of them came over to me while I was sitting there, and you were trying to figure out where everyone was.
And I'm like, but I had no signal, so I had to literally just like...
Spot in the whole con.
Yeah, there's one spot that I know I can always find where everybody at, so I just went to that area, and I'm like, hey, come here, we're filming stuff. I said, Axel is over here, so that's just what we did, and it was honestly a lot easier than like having to like try to stand in the crowd, find people, and like just be in that mix, because like we were still at the con, just like not in the crowded part of the con.
Yeah, and sometimes it's really hard to get me into the crowded parts, and like our only goal for Sunday was to get me into Artist Alley to see Simon, which is our friend Simon, who was Simon and Bree were the Foxy and Springtrap from Katsucon that was rooming with us. Well, Simon didn't room with us. Simon was just in the room a lot, which was love.
Totally
love
fine with
Simon.
that. We love Simon, but Simon's such an amazing artist, and so
Simon's art. And like we got me in there.
Yeah.
After like all of our friends, like it was cute though. Like the DIY girlies came and hung out around me for a little bit, and then people started giving me little offerings as ghetto. Be like, here's my offering towards you. So we got like cute, funny videos of that. Took an hour and a half, but we did.
That was
get
fine
me
by
in.
me. Like
Yeah.
I wasn't pushing you to do that. Like I was like, we gotta go in there. It's gonna be a time.
It is definitely gonna be a time.
But it was nice.
It was so nice. And I can tell you one thing, we are always friendly people because we made friends with 2 people just stood there while
Right.
Simon was busy with something.
We just had a whole conversation about cosplay with these 2 random cosplayers at the con, and that was fun. Like we love having those little like interactions with people who just random people you meet at the con, because sometimes
Learn new things.
yeah,
And it's just fun. It's just nice to get to interact with everyone. We got back to the hotel and I sat down and started editing photos in my ghetto wig.
and did my Gojo in the miracle suit.
That one, funny TikTok, funny mashup. Love when you do those crossovers.
I have crossed over that cosplay so much. And then we had our little final goodbye at Barcade with our friends.
It's so sad to have to say goodbye to everyone. Because we know we're not going to see him for a little bit.
So it was just like a little fair off.
The Barcade was fun. I've
Yeah.
never been to one of those places. It's a bar with a bunch of like old school arcade games in there.
Yeah, you could get alcohol, you could just get water, you just chill and just talk to your friends.
It's Evan literally looking at me and going, I know you don't drink, go get some water. When we got there, it's fun. It's nice though that my friends do recognize that I don't drink. Cause like, you know, I've been around people that are pretty pushy about me drinking when I don't want to.
Never, I was just,
Absolutely
the most
not.
I did was Saturday, I was like, just smell how much tequila is in this
Dude,
drink right now.
it was wafting off that. I was like, holy shit, dude.
I was like, I love my one drink for the night that I didn't have to pay for. And then Monday we just packed up and left. And once again, the hotel staff was just absolutely amazing.
Courtyard Marriott, big ups. Y'all did great.
We'll put the names of the 2 people who like did a lot of helping for us on the screen because I don't remember their names at the moment.
We gave them a great survey.
Yeah.
We're always people that love to do a survey when we feel like good stuff has happened.
But yeah, it was a really good Anime NYC. We are just so
No drama.
exhausted. No drama. No sleeping issues. No crackheads.
Well, okay, there were crackheads, but like at the same time, it's New York crackheads.
Yeah, so I'll
take a New York. LA one?
No, thank you. Take New York any day of the week.
It's home turf. And also, this is the thing we also said in your vlog. The comparison from Expo to Anime NYC, it feels like everyone's way friendlier here. When we see someone that's really pretty or their cosplays are like really good, It said, oh my god, you look so nice. I love that character. I love that you're in it. It's kind of just like yelled at you.
And then usually like there's a little like there's a quick like explaining how I did things type like conversation afterwards.
Or like any time like a oh my god, thank you so much. Like
Yeah.
like there is like a nice camaraderie, I would say, with people here. Expo, it feels more like a popularity contest because we did that. We were like normal of how we normally do it. Of oh my god, you look so good. So many people looked at us like we had 3 heads of like, how dare you speak to me?
And
I'm like, wow.
So what'd you say fuck me for?
What'd you say fuck me
I just want to give you a compliment, but I am like it's like you don't give a compliment always expecting something in return, but like if someone gives you a compliment, like
Just be like, oh, thank you.
yeah,
Politeness.
a polite thank you. What's spice? Thank you.
Not the staring and blinking and then the looking up and down. That's wild to me. And a few people did that to me at Expo. And I'm just like, why are you trying to like size me up? We're all nerds right now stood here
We're
doing
all
this.
nerds in a wig.
Or bald like me.
Right.
Getting called the Ancient One in One Piece Man. One Punch Man.
One Piece Man.
One Piece Man.
One Piece Man.
Oh my god, I just need to put a bald cap on Sanji. One Piece Man. The crossover no one expected. But it's still the same where I don't do one of my eyebrows. Because my special thing about Sanji was I only did one part of my face. I was saving some foundation and makeup. So that was our Anime NYC trip.
Yes.
We love it. We always love going to Anime NYC.
Can't
I
wait
love
for-
New York.
I can't wait for next year. At least we have now a year before the next one, not 9 months.
It came up on us so quick.
Yeah.
The date change. Having it like 3 months early compared to what we're used to.
It was very jarring. But now it's over with, and we don't have anything before Thanksgiving this year.
We only have New York Comic Con.
Yes.
That's the last con of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we go to something small, which I don't think anything is currently planned.
And there's not really small ones during the winter season, so that will be the start of next year for us.
That's the start of our con season,
Yeah.
is KatsuCon. Predicting KatsuCon, Anime Boston, Expo, Anime NYC.
Yeah.
Those are like the 4 ones that we are going to try to do.
Mm-hmm.
People are trying to get us to go to Dragon Con, and I told them, absolutely not. A 5-day convention?
Listen, we don't gotta go to the con for 5 days. I say we go to the con for like 2 or 3, and then just shoot the rest of the con.
Real. I would
Alright.
maybe that be a plan if we have the monies and resources to go.
But then I think Dragon Con's like right after.
That's the other thing. We'd be leaving Anime NYC and going straight to Dragon Con, and I don't know if that's enough recovery time for me. We have to like really get me back to tip-top shape, which
Yes.
right now I am not
No.
at. We are just getting me. Oh no!
Okay, so what is your anime recommendation?
My love story, which it's this cute romance anime about this big guy that doesn't have a lot of confidence in himself because he's not considered the traditional, like, attractive male, and this cute, like, the more, like, cutesy girl that you wouldn't think would go after him, and then he has a best friend who's the atypical hot anime guy. But he is like no interest in girls, and they do get together, and we get to see the aftermath of it. That's my spoiler of it.
Oh,
because
it doesn't
how
happen.
many?
They don't just hold hands at the end of this. Like...
No, it happens within the first few episodes, which
Okay.
is like, thank God, because there's too many romance animes that I watch that
the end.
the end goal is them getting together, but it happens really quickly, and that's why I do like it, is we get to see them actually being a couple together and doing couple things. I think it's very cute. I think it's very fun. It makes me bitch cry because of how cute it is. If you're into romance animes, I would definitely recommend it. What is your anime recommendation?
My anime recommendation is a little bit of an oldie. I don't know what it's on anymore because it used to be Funimation, but I know Funimation is no longer here with us. But it's Romeo x Juliet.
Oh,
Now,
yes.
If you have ever had to read Romeo and Juliet in high school, then you probably know just the story of Romeo and Juliet, but it's the anime version. And even though for like an old show, like the animation style is really good, it does give pointy anime style.
Stick thin with the pointy chin.
But like they have like horses that fly, and it's still really freaking sad.
I gave them a cute anime, and you're giving them a depressing one.
I mean, it follows the story of Romeo and Juliet, but it's just an animated version, and it's so sad, but it's so good. It was like one of my favorites growing up because I did go through my Romeo and Juliet era where I just loved like It was my romance era. I'm just like hopeless romantic.
This one
This
specifically.
one right here, yeah, you'll fall in love with the characters and the storyline, and it's just a lot different than like you don't get a lot of like, what did I say? I guess like Western media turned into like an anime, so
Yeah.
it was very refreshing and new, and I really enjoyed it. So that's my anime recommendation.
All right, guys. So this is the end of the 4th episode of The Front Seat. This was our experience at Anime NYC. The next time we will be on, I think, since con season is coming to a close, which maybe we should have done this at the beginning of con season, but oh well.
C'est la vie.
We are gonna actually sit down and talk about like cons and what it's like, and if you're going to cons for the first time, it's like what are the things that you can expect. And if you guys have any questions about going to cons, traveling for cons, feel free to ask us like how we do something.
Because we know so much, but it's only so much we can remember that you guys will need to know. We have our basic idea, so just leave some questions in the comment section. What do you want to know?
How are we making content and going to the conventions? Because you know us, we're insane, making content right beforehand and posting it. We will see you guys in the next one. All of our social medias are linked in the description below, so if you guys want to check us out on anything else, we are more up to date on Instagram. Instagram is our big one. That is basically the most up to date version of what we're doing.
You'll find all the information you need to know about cons going to, what we're going to be, the whole 9 yards.
And content that we're putting out, because we're putting out more than just the long form. We have a bunch of short form stuff, a lot of VFX things, clothing, what we're up to. So if you guys want to check out what we're up to outside of this car, check us out on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Threads,
YouTube, obviously.
YouTube if you're here. Don't forget to subscribe. And we will see you guys in the next one. Bye!